Hello, welcome to another Gundam Battle Operation 2 video, and yeah, we got the O, baby. Yeah, so I guess initial thoughts for the O, which I'm happy that the O is in, but there is some downsides to it. It does have a lot of great good sides though, so we'll talk about that. First of all, with these two matches here, they're an Arctic base because whenever there's a random 615 match, it's got to give you Arctic base. So and I had some other matches after this, but some in space too. That was pretty good in space, but I'll save those for later. These two matches kind of give you an idea of the O a little bit. So let's start off with some stats. I don't really usually put HP in that, but yeah, it's got 20,000 HP. It has 22 ballistic resistance and 22 beam resistance. 36 melee resistance, 35 range, and 35 melee. And I don't really say the thrusters or how the turn speed, but it has 80 thruster gauge and 81 turn speed, which is, I think that's the highest turn speed on the ground. I think it goes, since it has space compatibility, I believe it turns faster in space. But yeah, that's pretty good. This thing is fucking fast. Oh, it's top speed. I don't usually mention top speed either, but it's like 230 something, 235. When this thing boosts, you can feel it going fucking fast, even though it's a big, huge, hulking beast of a man. So it's definitely got the speed down. If you notice, the defense stats are they're like below average, and that's the one thing I'll get into for a negative with this thing is that I'll talk about the positives first before we get into that. So it's got a pretty good set of weapons. They're not like the best weapons ever, but I kind of predicted how they're going to be. You're going to have your and it's not really hard to predict, but you're gonna have your beam rifle. I didn't expect it to have two modes. I thought it was gonna be like the Zeusa's beam rifle, just uncharged. But it instant stuns the regular version of the beam rifle, and then it has a one beam saber attack, and then it has the for sub weapons it has the beam rifle, high powered. Even though it's called high powered, it shoots machine gun fire that does like 750 damage each shot. It shoots like 4 at a time, and it's ammo based, which I don't really like that's ammo based, but I'm fine with it. Oh man, the damage on the regular beam rifle is 3,000 base damage on that beam rifle, that's a good shot right there. Like, you only get 3 hits, and then you have to reload for a little bit, but yeah, 3,000 damage per shot, and it stuns too. So you can nail somebody with that, then go crazy on them with your melee, which I believe your single beam saber does 2,000, I think 600, 700 damage, and then finally your 4 beam sabers do like 2,900 damage. I could be switching those two around, the beam saber damage, but yeah, the downswing, it's kind of hard to hit, but if you hit it all, I believe you can get like 8,000 damage. If you hit it all on at least what I've seen on a raid. On a general, you probably get like 7,000. I mean, it does good damage on a Keyblade, so there you go. And I was just way too obvious on that double Zeta. So yeah, it's got good weapons. It's got great melee combo potential. It's like a striker custom in a way, or a strike custom. I know a lot of people that play that suit will probably be interested in this suit. Also, some of its abilities. It has maneuver armor level 1, which I don't think level 1 would help it too much. It helps it in space because you're going to be harder to hit in space. On the ground, it's just kind of iffy depending on who's all firing at you. There's a lot of build up damage that can happen, especially with the Toad Strider and the XS running around. Even double Zeta with its missiles. Obviously, other stuff too. Cubalate, Wolf. All that great shit, the 650. And yeah, the supports too. Basically everything. It has a ability, it's like the reaction, the RCS, something like that. What it does is every time you boost, it only works in space. If you're in space, if you boost, it takes 15% off of your initial boost. So like when you start boosting in space, usually when you boost on the ground, you'll boost and you see like it takes a huge chunk of your boost gauge. It feels like you're just now starting to boost when you're in space. And then you can follow up, and then it also works like an AMBAC too, where you just go straight into cruise mode after high speed movement. I just stunned that man and got shot afterwards from that. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I'm working with Hitman in this match. Next match, I don't believe he's there. So yeah, it got dodge roll 2. Dodge roll 2. Got a dodge roll. So it's got maneuver armor, a dodge roll, and that reaction thing I was talking about. Surprisingly, it only has melee combo controller level 1. I thought it would have 2 for sure, so it can just wombo combo people. I mean, it can wombo combo people, don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, just go fucking ham. Side swing, side swing, side swing. Then go into another side swing with your 4 beam sabers, which those things you can hit multiple times too. Although your neutral swing only uses 2 of the sabers. But yeah, it's got some good skills on it. Surprisingly, no damage control or shock dampeners, which I feel like it at least needs one of those to help it out in 650. I feel like it would need that for against stuff like the Cubile. I mean, I already talked about all the stuff at 650 with the build-up stagger damage. Especially since it's a big target, the O is. I feel like having that damage control or shock damage would help it. Although maybe not shock dampeners, because having a high speed, low thrust using melee suit would be fucking terrifying to fight against. But you know, maybe that'd be good. And also, hey, 2 people with that, awesome. And you're gonna get down swung. That neutral swing on the regular beam saber can hit like directly below you. Like even if you're a pilot and you're like right at the O's feet, it'll hit them. I believe I do it this match or maybe the next, but it's kind of weird to look at because you're not even hitting them. I guess that's just the pure energy coming off of the suit. Oh yes, the biosensor, which activates when you're at 6,000 health, or at least around 6,000. It increases your damage, and it makes it to where Psychomu systems, like the Cubiles, funnels, stuff of that nature, they take 200% longer to lock onto you, which is, that's a direct counter to Psychomu units. That could be really good. That's the only thing you get, though. You get higher damage, and then you get the Psychomu thing. I think maybe it should have gave it a little bit more than that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it should activate when you have half health, or something like that, because, that way, because there's a lot of suits at 650 that if you have 6,000 health left, that's chump change for them. I mean, for example, the Toad Shredder's downswing does like 4,000 damage on most generals. Even more than 4,000, depending. So, them getting, top damage, awesome. So, having that 6,000 health, you're not going to last too long. It should be bumped up a little bit, maybe, I keep saying half, maybe a little bit below half. And hey, 3rd place on that match. Here we are with the 2nd match. But yeah, so some definite positives. And now some definite negatives, which I have probably already gone over talking about the positives. Is it's a huge suit with no shock dampeners or damage control. So if you get shot by a rifle out of your maneuver armor, like a stun rifle, you're going to get stunned and you're going to get followed up on. And I believe I already mentioned this thing already has below average defense stats. It has 22 ballistic and 22 beam, which is fucking low for 650. I think when you put this thing in the modification, you get more ballistic out of it. You get like the level 1 ballistic and the level 5 ballistic reinforcement, so that can help with your ballistic, and then you can use parts to get your your beam up, or you can go for your melee as well. But yeah, still 22 on each is low. So you have to prioritize if you want more damage or if you want to be more tanky. I've seen setups to where you can have the O have 63 range and 70 melee, but you get to keep those 22 stats, and that's almost like a glass cannon, almost. Here I believe I can do the neutral swing and hit 2 people. Yeah, kill 2 of them. I didn't know about the guy below me, but yeah, I killed 2 of them. Fucking awesome. So yeah, it's a big target. You're gonna have to be boosting using that maneuver armor. You want to be careful with that. And of course, since it's a melee suit, it's gonna have a degree of predictability with it. It's a very simple suit. So you just shoot at somebody, they get stunned, you run in with your melee. You miss that, you have the high-powered beam rifle to follow up, has 12 shots. Which they can actually, if you hit all 4 shots, it will stagger people, but a lot of suits at 650 have damage resistance, so don't rely on it too much for your stun. And of course, if you miss your stun on people and you try to go in for a melee, you're making yourself a little bit predictable. But with the neutral swing with the beam saber, it actually reaches farther than I expect it would, and you can use that to your advantage with your hover ability. Oh damn, almost hit him with the side swing. So you can try and use that to your advantage. Just be careful, be wary, make sure they already did a tackle or they did a dodge roll or a double dodge roll if they're the toad shredder with exam. You don't want to run in there and just start meleeing like I am and get countered. But there is a reward for it. You get a lot of melee damage with it. But yeah, I feel like it should get a little bit more defensive with its beams, because I'm pretty sure in the show Zeta Gundam it tanks funnels and it tanks the Haikushiki's beam rifle, and for some reason it has 22 beam resistance, which is weird. I feel like it should be 30 something. Melee resistance is fine, 35. You can buff that up. Sometimes I just leave it because that's fine enough where it is. Something else trying to go with the O, but really though the O works well as a team suit, as you'd expect, because Scirocco worked with the Bolinoke and the Palace Athene. There are plenty of suits that can work extremely well with the O in this game. First thought is the Hama Hama at 650. If you have a fucking O mollywopping you with melee, or the Hama Hama stuns you first, the O comes in, starts mailing you to death, and then the Hama Hama comes in with its downswing, that can pretty much kill you. That is a devastating combo of suits to fight. It can run a extremely well knit front line with the Toadstrider, like scary front line if it works with the Toadstrider. Pretty much, if you can back up the O will become a scary suit to fight. Now, if you're fighting one by itself and you have a teammate, the O is not going to be as terrifying. You just have to be wary of its maneuver armor and all its other stuff it has. But if you're fighting 1v1 with the O, you have to be extremely careful what you do. And if you're fighting a 2v1 against the O, like if you or by yourself against an O and somebody else, you have to turn around and head back. You don't want to fight the O with somebody else on him. And I imagine since now they have new levels of the Bolinoke and the Palace Athene, I'm sure they would work quite well with the O. Thinking more along with the Palace Athene, the Bolinoke still was pretty booty in my opinion, and I don't think you would want to bring it to 650. That sounds like a terrible idea. But maybe since everyone's a little bit more headstrong at 650, maybe the Bolinoke can work. Maybe if it had like jamming on it, maybe. I know it has anti-jamming, which there's still no suit that really has jamming at this cost. Unless it's the Ifrit Knock, but I don't think there is an Ifrit Knock that goes to 650, so I wonder what suit we're going to get for that. Jesus. Excuse me. But yeah, definitely the O is a suit that works extremely well with teammates. It will dominate the battlefield. If you have a team that just sits back and does nothing, you might as well just be playing like 5v1. 5v1, no, hell no. Like in a 6v6, you'd be playing 6v5 because the O just can't do anything besides pop people with its 3000 beam rifle, which that's good damage, but you're wasting the O's potential right there. It could be a useful, like just charge straight forward and scatter the enemy kind of thing. Have them all focus on the O, then your team can follow up and destroy the people trying to destroy the O, which is decent. So you got some tactics going on with the O, that'd be nice. Another thing, if you're seeing the O doing a melee combo, don't try to melee while he's meleeing, because it interrupts it, especially if you have like the 3 melee priority 3 suit, which the O is melee priority 3, so if you're gonna try, or no, don't come with this downswing either. Don't try and downswing the O, the bad guy the suit that the O is fighting, because you'll hit the O because the O is so fucking big. I had plenty of double Zetas that think that they can run up and get a quick downswing on somebody while I'm meleeing them, and then I get fucking downswing in front of the enemy and I'm fucking dead because I'm a big target, or at least severely hurt. And yeah, if you have a melee priority 3 suit, let the O finish its combo, then you can come in and do a melee. Don't try to do it in the middle of the O doing its combo, because why? Especially other O's. I've seen this with a lot of other O's. They can't control themselves. I know it's the O. I know you got a boner with playing the O, because trust me, I probably have too. At least been half-masked, but don't. I've seen plenty. It's happened to me plenty of times. I think it might have happened once or twice this match, but I'm comboing somebody, then the friendly O comes up and tries to do his downswing, and we clash. It's like, come on, man, really? I'm literally about to kill him. And back to that double Zeta thing, there's one moment where I actually killed a suit, and then he comes in with his downswing. It's like, bro, he's already dead. Stop. But hey, another third place. Hey, I think that was my rank up match. Now I'm at A+, which, God have mercy on my soul, being at A+. But, yeah, so, the O, it's a decent suit. In all honesty, it has the stuff that it'd be good at, it's good at. It has really good melee. The damage potential from melee combos is extreme. But it is a huge target, and if you're running low resistances, my bad, then you'll get crushed pretty easily if you don't have a team to back you up. Because this thing does need a team, especially for 650, with some of the suits running around at that cost. It's a very good close range suit, though, really good. Honestly, I think it needs a buff for that melee, because I was talking about its melee getting interrupted and all that garbo, but I do think it needs offense system. A lot of its animations are long. If you notice, the downswing takes a while to get done. I think having offense system while doing that would be very much appreciated, and then, you know, that way you can actually get off your damage, and you can use it in conjunction with your maneuver armor, which would be pretty nice. And, you know, it'd be pretty scary seeing it, pull out 4 of its beam sabers to do a downswing, and everybody around them is firing at him, and it's just doing nothing. I'm also kind of disappointed that the biosensor doesn't increase the size of his beam sabers. That would have been fucking scary if it had giant beam sabers just slashing everybody, but yeah, so the O is a decent suit, but it can excel really well with a team. So if you're going to pick the O, make sure your team is really good, or at least they know what they're doing, because if you push up with an O, you'll have great results, really great results. You can trust me on that. If you have a really good team backing you up, the O can be a monster. But if you don't have a really good team that will back you up, the O is just wasted potential. You'll probably get a few kills here and there, a cool melee combo video you can post on YouTube. But you can't post the rest of the video because you lost, because you got your ass handed to you by the whole enemy team, because your team was hanging back and all that good shit. But yeah, it's going to be in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And, you know, type up in the comment section what you feel about the O. Do you like it? Do you hate it? I like this suit. I like the way it plays. I like the way it looks. Obviously, it's one of the... I actually have a Gunpla model of it that my friend got me from I believe some kind of anime convention, and I built that up, and damn, it looks so fucking nice, so good, so clean, pristine. It's one of my favorite suits in Mobile Suit Gundam, so I really like it. Even though I haven't watched Zeta, I want to watch Zeta. I gotta get finished with the regular. The first show first. Yes. I kind of want to do a meme team where we have the O, the Bolinoke, and the Palace Athene, see how that works. I imagine, you know, like I said earlier, probably work well with the Palace Athene. It's just, you know, there's some weird downsides with this thing. Or, not really weird. There's just some downsides with this. It needs a little bit more defenses, and it definitely needs that offense system. At least I believe so. Other than that, the suit works as intended. It's just, again, you have to back it up. And, yeah, with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.